at the spot. Let's see. What's happening today? It's cloudy. It's been very hot the last couple weeks, but today is nice and cool. It is definitely cloudy. The water looks very clear. All I have with me today is this swim bait. It's the only big-bodied swim bait I have. So, still chops nicely. I wanted the big-bodied swim bait because I was here not too long ago and I did see some very large bass hanging around. I want to see if I can pique their interest with this. It'd be very cool. Just gotta figure out what they want today. Do they want quick? Do they want consistent? Do they want slow? Pauses? Caught a big catfish out of here like a week or two ago. I saw it digging around in the rocks. So I put a little jig in there. And then I just saw my line start moving as it swam away. And I'm like, uh-oh. Jackpot. But yeah. Nice little day going on right here. Got a bunch of ducks hanging around. The breeze is nice. If it starts raining, that'd be pretty cool. I feel this thing go boop, 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 boop. Oh, it's a little turtle. Like right here. You see him? A little turtle guy. When I first made this thing and I came out, I was testing it before I actually had it on video. And as I pulled it up to the bank, literally right here, a big bass came up and swiped at it. So I'm hoping that might happen again. Mosquitoes. I'm burnt on the back of my calves. Oh! There's a big smallmouth that just came up and looked at it. It literally just kissed it. Got a smallmouth interested. I've been coming to this place for 10, 15 years at this point. And I just like watching it evolve over the years. New structure, new weeds, new grass. Or periods where they take down trees, they take them out of the water, put new trees in. Just changing it up all the time. It keeps things interesting. Obviously, I still know all the good spots and the bad spots. I kind of know what's worth and what's not worth here. But it's nice. Summer fishing's hard to beat. Even if I don't catch a bunch of fish, you know what I mean? It's hard to beat summer fishing. Just out here, relaxing. Make nice long casts. Partly in that tree. Yo, that's deep in that tree. I'll get it. Yup. Pop that thing right over. What I highly recommend to anybody, if you're just gonna buy one bait caster, if you haven't purchased one yet, if you're thinking about getting a bait caster, brands are nice. You can go spend a bunch of money on stuff. You can go get whatever. I won't tell you certain brands to get because that'll just depend on your price range. Ugly Stick makes good stuff. I like Daiwa or Shimano. I know that's expensive and bougie, but there's a bunch. Abu Garcia, that's a really solid one. But what I would definitely find is like one that could do it all, but don't go too light with it. I know me, I like fishing with bigger lures, but I need a rod that can actually throw them and a reel that can throw them. So a 200, maybe a 300 size bait caster, perfect for that, because it could still throw light stuff. But not like too crazy light, but you don't throw stuff that's too crazy light anyhow on a bait caster. But it can throw your big baits. And you want a medium heavy rod. I thought there was a tube over here somewhere, like in the water. See what I mean? It's always changing. There was like a big PVC tube right here. Maybe nice and slow is how they want it today. Well, there might be a front rolling in, which could be good for me or bad for me. I'm not sure which one. One thing I'll say about this lake though, I've seen a lot of really big fish in here. I've seen people catch them, I've seen them in the water. I just personally have not had much luck. It's definitely a very pressured lake. Like you can see, there's so much bank access because people do come here, but there's still big fish in here. But luck will always be a factor. It's not the biggest factor, but it definitely is a factor. The wind is blowing my way, so I'm in the warm water. The bass should be over here, or they're in another little cove around here. When you go fishing, are you a music or no music kind of person? For me, it kind of depends. Most of the time when I'm bass fishing, no music. Just because I'm already doing something. I already have enough stimulation, enough to keep my brain busy. But today I'm listening to music just because. But if I'm catfishing or bottom fishing, somewhere I'm just being patient, I'm absolutely listening to music. Bringing a book or something. I try not to be on my phone if I'm out fishing. I feel like it defeats the purpose, you know? I'm out here for the peace of mind. You just don't get that when you're on your phone all the time. You just gotta be one with the environment. This is a very nice swim bait. I'm very glad I made it. Glad I took my time to do a good job on it. I tend to rush some steps because I feel like I've done them a lot of times. And I know how to not mess them up. But 95% of the time, not messing it up requires the time and the patience for it. Because messing it up most of the time means missing something. It's hard to get everything if you're rushing. But at the same time, maybe it's not worth spending the time to make it as perfect as possible because I might have done the weight wrong and it won't even work in the first place. But if I did all the weight right and it works perfectly fine, but it looks bad, you know what I mean? What's worse? I feel like it not working is worse. Because like my last one I made, it looks really nice, but it doesn't really work. I'm not going to use it, so it doesn't really matter if it looks nice. But I have a couple that work that I just don't use because they look really bad. So there was never really weeds in this lake before, but now we have them. But it's just stringy crap weeds. I hate these. These are like the weeds that like just kind of take over. Nothing really lives in them. They're just kind of meh. See, I already knew I was gonna come up to this tree. I already knew I was gonna fish this tree. You gotta fish to the tree. You can't just fish right on top of it because the fish are by it or they're near it. They're not just like right there. So you gotta fish around it. You gotta get everything around it before you get there. Because if you just go straight there, you feel like you just miss a lot. I know bank fishing's also very limiting, but you gotta do what you gotta do. I'm scared of kayaks, so eventually I'll swallow my fear, but today's not that day. It's also a lot of work to bring out a boat or a kayak or something. And it's like, is it worth all the time, you know? Especially if like you're just going after work. I'm not trying to do all that. You only have so many hours of daylight left. See, now we're at the tree. Only fishing was as easy as it was in Stardew Valley. I just show up and I stand here for a few seconds. I can catch like the biggest fish ever, and I catch like a 10 of them. And the more I catch, the better I am at catching them. I guess that part holds true. The more fish you catch, the better you are at catching fish. Like, you just can't convince me there's not at least a fish or two hanging up in here. Even if it's not something big and predatory, there's something in here. Oh, the water just splashed and scared the freaking crap out of me. Giant green sunfish! Giant green sunfish! Eat it. Bite it. You turd. Do it. That thing is huge. That's the biggest green sunfish I've ever seen. I wonder if I can catch him on a swim bait this big though. Couple of trees I want to hit. Man, there's people by them. What is this? Some Beaches of Normandy thing right here. You know what? Nothing coming over here. Don't fall in. Oh, we made it. Come on, man. I had another follow right up to the bank.